Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. It's our weekly Take the Points edition to here with Brian Weeze Turner. And you can find him online at IamWeeze.com. By the way, that's covering up your shirt again. You really have to...
Well, I'm new to this TV thing.
This is brand new to you. This is brand new. He's wearing a T-shirt for. We'll talk about it a little bit later. You're watching Big Talk here on Wabash Catch TV. We do appreciate it. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on today. Happy Halloween in advance, Deborah. Happy Halloween. You can take your mask off. It's not Halloween yet.
Scary enough as it is.
You knew the joke was coming.
Yeah.
It's my favorite joke of all time. My favorite joke that I could
Before I trimmed the beard, I could have been Old Man Logan. I was actually disappointed there's no ARF ball this year.
Old Man Logan from
Wolverine.
Oh, well, I see. That's what I was thinking you were talking about.
Yeah.
I never saw the last movie. Actually, I didn't see any of the movies.
I unfortunately can nail that.
So wait a minute. You're telling me that you could look like Hugh Jackman?
Yes, the 60-year-old version of Hugh Jackman. In the face and hair.
I'm going to say, otherwise, I don't know, man. It's
Although I have seen him work out, I can still out deadlift him.
That'd be about all.
He's about a 405 deadlifter.
He's a 405?
Yeah, around there.
Dang, that's pretty good. Let's tell you what's going on, ladies and gentlemen, here on Halloween weekend. What's going on in town and where do you want to see? Go to Clay City out here on this Friday night. They're going to have the big old trunk or treat day in Clay City at 6 o'clock this evening. Drive-through trunk or treat that's going to be at the Clay City Christian Church as well as at the Daily Bread Shed. And that'll be from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock tonight. A couple of fire departments here on this Friday night having their big chili suppers, main fundraisers of the year for these folks. It helps them get equipment and do all kinds of things. The Fairfield Fire Department will have their annual chili supper today at 11 o'clock in the morning. It's a drive-through only event, and chili's going to be $8 a quart, $30 a gallon. Usually they have it twice a day. I don't know. You don't know if they're going to actually do that twice. Are they? Usually they have two seatings, and I would think that they would have two drive-through sessions or something.
I've been out of the loop on that this year to know for sure.
I didn't know if you would be paying attention. I figured you probably didn't, but it was worth a shot to guess. I don't know. What else going on over in Sisney? The annual Halloween North Wayne Christmas for Kids Chili Supper. It's going to be held at 4 o'clock at the Sisney Fire Department there in Sisney. The chili supper, drive-through only as well. And chili's going to come in either a 20-ounce cup with a lid for easy transportation. Also be cup containers for multiple orders, so you'll be able to get multiple orders there. So either it's $8 a quart in, let's do the math. How much is the $8 a quart in Fairfield, or they don't have the cost is by donation for 20-ounce cup. You'd need 4 of those. If you're paying $2, you're still making. They're still doing better on the money, aren't they?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, for 20 ounce.
Yeah. For the now hold on.
No, the customers get a better value. Yeah.
Yeah, customers are getting a great value. It's like a $5 for less than $4. Either one, take your pick. They're both going to be good. They'll both be fine bowls of chili. Also on Friday, this is Friday and Saturday night, the Fairfield Memorial Hospital Radiology Department, available evenings from 5 to 9 for anyone that'd like to bring their candy in to be x-rayed free of charge. It's done to check for foreign objects in your treats. Now, I must ask you.
I'm a little concerned where this one might go.
No, I'm not gonna ask if you've ever had a prank or done a prank like that on anybody. My question is, have they ever found any foreign objects in somebody's treats?
Not in their treats, no. One of my favorite articles every year is and it's always right around at the end of the year. It's things that were found in X-rays throughout the year of the.
That's not a Fairfield Radiology Department.
Nether regions.
Yeah.
I look forward to that one every year.
Well, Always a fun Halloween and New Year's traditions. Let's remember our traditions.
Pivot away from that one quickly.
Speaking of Halloween vampires, it's a blood drive today from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Centralia Elks Lodge. The blood drive held, like I said, 4 hours, 10 a.m., 2 p.m. Centralia Elks is on 326 East Broadway. You can go online. You go online, you get your paperwork done, as well as make an appointment. Makes it a lot faster for everybody else. One other thing, on Friday night up in Effingham, at the Effingham Performance Center, they're going to celebrate Halloween with the cult classic, The Rocky Horror Picture Show. This bizarre comedy developed its famous cult following at the Waverly Theater in New York City. Now, I know you have seen the Rocky Horror.
You know, I've never actually watched I've never seen the production. I've seen the movie over at the Tivoli. They always did a midnight showing over in St. Louis.
Did you ever pay attention to the movie?
No, it's more of a participation thing.
I got to tell you, I started watching the movie one time, and I paid attention for because I was, Susan Sarandon, young Susan Sarandon, looking good.
Who I never liked, so.
Well, that's near not helping.
No.
but I sat there there's Susan Sarandon, and she was boring, and everybody else was boring. There wasn't anything to it. What in the world is the hubbub about?
It's more about the audience participation.
Because the audience is all yelling and screaming and stuff. Well, I guess that's fine. Give them a call, 217-540-2788 if you'd like to go. Or you can go online at the epc.org for the Effingham Performance Center. What's going on Saturday? Of course, Saturday is Halloween. The Wesleyan Church of Fairfield is going to be having their 10th annual coat drive giveaway. That's at the corner of 1st and Delaware, starting at 9 o'clock. They're going to be giving away coats, shoes, hats, gloves. It's all free. Come out and take what you need. That's called the Wesleyan Church now, or am I confused? That's where the First United Methodist Church is. Is that no longer the First United?
I think it's the Wesleyan that does that.
Well, they're Methodists or Wesleyans, but maybe they're borrowing the First United Methodist Church.
Yeah, I'm not real sure.
See, now I'm confused too. I'm a member, for crying out loud. You'd have thought they'd have told me.
I'm glad it's the 10th, not the 100th. I think 100th a year ago, we were still giving coats to Native Americans.
That's not cool at all. Oh, too soon. Spooktacular night in the park is tomorrow night, 5 o'clock. That's here at Charlie Brown Park in Flora from 5 o'clock to 7. That'll be a lot of fun. Carnival benefit for the Cuans at the Don Gola's Academy of Cosmetology. That is over in Louisville, up in Louisville, from 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock. So there you go. All kinds of interesting stuff to do today around. What else is this Friday, October 30th? This is National Frank's. Well, I didn't change. Doggone it, I changed the doggone thing to the wrong one. This is a National Frankenstein Friday. National Frankenstein Friday on the last Friday of October recognizes author Mary Shelley, the novel Frankenstein, or the modern Prometheus. Her characters Dr. Frankenstein and the monster. Dating back to the 1800s, Frankenstein's monster is one of the best known horror characters of all time. I must ask, have you ever read the Frankenstein?
A long time ago. I've actually got
Prometheus?
I've got the audiobook sitting in my account right now. I haven't started it yet, but
Who reads it?
didn't even look. It was one of the they just added the Audible Plus, and that was one of the free ones. So I just downloaded it real quick, and I'm working my way through Iliad right now, though, so it'll be a while. Yeah, like
How
Iliad and
long
Odyssey.
is the Iliad? It's like
Iliad and Odyssey together were 26 hours. It's my favorite book, though. I've read Iliad 3 times now.
yeah, but that's that's like 2,000 years old. Why are you rereading something like that?
It's a different translation. There's multiple translations, and I just watched the Netflix series. It was Troy, Fall of a City, which is actually really well done. So I enjoyed that, and so I'm going back and reading the book.
No kidding.
Yeah.
See, who plays Achilles?
Actually, there was no, because it's a BBC production, so it wasn't anyone that you knew before, really, at least not here.
I'm a doggone. The film world has created more than 60 movies or shorts with the theme of Frankenstein. Of course, probably the most famous Frankenstein from 1931. But the very first film studio to do it was the Edison studio. Thomas Edison did Frankenstein back in 1910. 10.
So I always appreciated it because it was basically a metaphor for never learning anything new or trying anything new. Just don't try.
Frankenstein?
Enlightenment is awful. I mean, if you look at it, because if you
I'm really not sure that's what she's going for.
A modern Prometheus, what was the lesson in Prometheus?
Well, you burned up or something, right?
Do not seek enlightenment. He gave fire and enlightenment to the people, and it drove him nuts. He created the monster.
Ladies and gentlemen, did you expect the wealth of cultural knowledge on
I still think
today's
they could have called Big Lebowski postmodern Prometheus. If you think about the story structure.
It's a detective movie. It's a detective movie.
It's a lesson to never try.
It's a detective.
Trying is bad.
October 30th is also. This is a good one. We'll move from the cultural literacy discussion.
Speaking of never trying.
National Candy Corn Day, and you're going to sit here and tell me
It's awful.
you don't like it.
Oh, it's awful.
You don't like candy corn.
No.
More than 35 million pounds of candy corn will be produced this year. Each kernel has 3 colors, 7 calories. Actually, that's a little high. That doesn't have that many calories. Candy corn dates before the 1880s. And let's see, I've got more stuff on candy corn. What's the right way to eat candy corn?
Throw it in the trash.
I was going to say, I know you're going to avoid it.
It's wax and vegetable oil.
You're just not a fun at all.
All the desserts that you have, I have no problem with the desserts. Those dessert days I always make fun of.
Yeah.
Whatever. Not my thing, but whatever.
Yeah.
This one is pure trash.
I've got, au contraire, I've got a picture here of, see, now here's another one. 35 million pounds, 9 billion pieces made and consumed each year. It's fat-free. Isn't that healthy? What are you talking about?
Yeah, tell that to diabetics.
Oh, yeah, well, see, now that's an issue. But, see, now this is the way. If you have not eaten candy corn mixed with peanuts, and also you can see in there a little caramel, the caramel nubs or something like that.
So if you put it with other better tasting stuff, it's better?
It's called... It's the payday treat. It's payday. You make your own paydays.
Or I could go buy a payday. I have this option in life.
What's wrong with you?
Candy corn is trash, Bruce.
What? Children love candy corn.
No, they don't.
Children all love candy corn. You know what? Come to my house for Halloween. Get a handful of candy corn. That'd be the COVID candy corn house. Maybe not.
And we backtrack.
What's on TV, ladies and gentlemen, tonight? It's all college football. Baseball's over. We might talk about that a little bit later.
Oh, we're going to talk about that.
Oh, I figured we would. Minnesota Golden Gophers versus the Maryland Terrapins at Maryland, 6:30 tonight on ESPN Channel 601. At 8 o'clock tonight, it is East Carolina at Tulsa, the Golden Hurricane on ESPN2 Channel 638. And finally, they're back. The Hawaii Rainbow Warriors playing on the Friday night late at Wyoming. See the, what's the kid's name? Jackson
Marcotte?
Jackson Marcotte from Mount Carmel, starting tight end for the Wyoming Cowboys. 8:45 on Fox Sports 1. That is Wheeze. I'm Bruce. Let's take the Points Edition back after this. Stick around.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield banking companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Does your home show signs of foundation problems? Call the experts at Woods Basement Systems. Our Power Brace system can fix the problem permanently and help protect the value of your home. Call Woods Basement Systems today. Woods, the all things basement-y experts.
Mold, rank air, pests, all getting closer to inside your home. With a dirt crawl space, there's no telling what's below you.
A sealed crawl space locks the nasty stuff out, plus can lower your utility bills. Woods, the all things basement-y experts.
It is all things new at Zimdar's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Appliance Repair. We have a new line of heating and cooling equipment and new technicians. Our new equipment line offers 24 months free financing and excellent warranty coverage. Our experienced service technicians can provide you with quality service and repairs on all brands of HVAC equipment. Zimdar's has been serving Clay County and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. The employees of Zimdar's are here to help, so call local and call Zimdar's.
Or out, technically.
Of your, that's on a radio. That's like 25 years that you're out of radio.
2004?
Yeah, not that long. Hi, folks. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. That is Brian Wees Turner, and you can find his stuff online. Always entertaining. Ladies and gentlemen, who are the songs for today? I guess you're going to release your 5-song Friday. Have you picked them out yet?
Still got to write that one. I've got a list.
We might be actually,
it's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday. We're shooting this Wednesday evening.
I don't even pretend.
And that pertains to the first thing we are going to talk about. This is Wednesday, October 28th. When we're shooting this, it's going to be on TV on the Friday, the 30th. However, this is one of the days that people have been looking forward to, at least the people in Illinois have been looking forward to, sports folks in Illinois have been looking forward to for at least a month.
Looking forward to / maybe dreading.
Because the IHSA had their board meeting today. They had a informatory meeting last week. They said, well, we have to take stuff to our board this week, and that's when that's when we're going to make our decisions on winter sports. So, give the timeline. Do you want to give the timeline? You're the newspaper man.
On
Monday.
which part?
On Tuesday.
Oh, where the governor's announcement and the
Everybody's
IPH?
kind of dreading this, waiting to see what's going to happen with COVID and with coronavirus.
Which actually, if you back up to their last board meeting, the governor's office jumped them and had a press conference before they made their announcement.
A day before that,
yeah.
too. Yeah.
So this week, governor came out and said that, that one was hours.
Yeah.
This one was, I guess they called the IHSA 15 minutes before the announcement and said, hey, we're making this announcement that basketball is now considered a high-risk sport.
How the IHSA works, or how the IDPH works, Illinois Department of Public Health, they have high risk, medium risk, low risks, and that's how they determine who can play in what time periods.
Right. So we had cross country, golf, and tennis this fall.
Right.
But moved football and volleyball to the spring.
Right.
Because of risk categories.
So they tell the IHSA this. And Governor Pritzker says all this, and so everyone
He essentially says basketball's on hold.
Essentially says you're all going to have to wait, which kind of messes a lot of people up that depend on basketball for all kinds of things, like me. I'm very dependent. I've got 5 or 6 basketball coaches coming on the next week and a half.
I'm married to an athletic trainer.
You're married to an athletic trainer. It's your second job.
And even that, we're not the important ones here. It was the kids.
The kids. The kids are important. And in a tremendous surprise this afternoon, the IHSA announced
we don't care what you say. We're going through with it.
IHS says we're going. We have, and actually, if you look at their statement, Brian, I've got the first half of it up there. If you look at their statement, they are for the IHSA, who have always been the monolithic. Everybody's kind of always thought they've put a lot of thought into this, and they have been paying attention to other states. They say there that they're paying attention to other states, and they're paying attention. They have not been presented any causal evidence that rising COVID cases make basketball more dangerous to play by the IDPH, which brings, and I'll get back to the statement here in a second, but that brings you to the point. Why did the IDPH raise or why was the level raised from medium to high? Do we know?
We do not know.
We do not know. We do not know.
I mean, there's
speculation, but I'm not going to ask.
Yeah, we're not a speculative.
We're not.
Here.
Yeah, we're not speculating because we do have jobs that we want to keep. Here's part two, and what I liked about part two is.
I will backing up though. I will say there's nothing real easy to point to say this is why I got moved, and that kind of answers your question right there.
Yes. Yeah, that is correct. I like how they finish it up. Illinois is a large and diverse state. The IHSA membership is reflective of that. We understand this decision will impact each high school and district differently, especially the schools who remain in remote learning may not be able to start winter sports, and they feel for those in that situation. However, we've also learned that we cannot continue to look down the road to a season that may never come. And that's the bottom line.
This is one of the smarter things they did liability-wise, too, where they basically passed the buck to the local school. It's empowering the local schools / passing the buck to them if something does go wrong. Same way kind of the federal government handled it with giving the states the onus to make their own restrictions this year.
Now, I understand it, that report doesn't say it. That release doesn't say it, but I think they're wanting schools to play teams in their own.
It is within your own region, just like the fall was set up.
Like
anyway.
fall was baseball.
Yeah.
With fall was with baseball. Play your own region and or play your own conference.
Right.
Which
our schedule was already set up that way anyway. So
yeah. So
our being Fairfield.
Fairfield's. I think most people.
Most had already
kind of figured that.
Adjusted.
So.
I know at one point they didn't say there, but I know one of the things that got submitted by the SMAC to the IDPH was no fans. I'm going to guess that's going to stick.
Yeah. Give me your level of surprise, especially after yesterday.
After yesterday, completely surprised. Yeah. And after talking to people within some of those committees, completely surprised. I mean, it was basically we're in trouble.
So
it's not going to happen.
What is the SMAC? Because this is the first time I've heard
Sports Medicine Advisory Committee. It's the guys that came up with like your heat advisory and how to work through all that as far as your acclimation days and your limiting
for
the number
the heat as well. Yeah. They also came up with the concussion stuff.
They did the concussion protocols. It's basically it's ATs. It's a few doctors. It's medical personnel that advise the IHSA how to do sports safely.
It's training professionals.
Yes.
Training professionals. That's the intriguing thing to me is that they went ahead and took the advice of these SMAC folks, which God bless them. I mean, listen to your pros in that environment as opposed to folks who are watching at a state of 11.5 million people.
Yeah, and you've got the governor saying he's listening to his medical people. You've got the IHSA saying they're listening to their medical people, and it's not a us versus them completely 100% either, because there are people within the IDPH that disagreed with what the governor is doing. There are people within the SMAC that are probably disagreeing with what the IHSA is doing, because it turns out we're all still guessing.
Yeah,
I mean this is all best guessing.
And I think the other thing that really turned the needle was that really pushed the needle. Into playing other states playing football, and people weren't getting COVID from playing football with other people.
Which I think is part of why they were trying to. Football was kind of dead in the water from the get go. They were hoping to get some volleyball in to show that we can do this safely, and that didn't happen.
Well, volleyball coming up in a couple of
The other thing that came out was wrestling is off for the winter.
Wrestling got dates.
It got moved to the summer.
The wrestling got dates, so that's good there too. So yeah, keep the basketballs out, kids. Get them going. We're going to be playing November 30th, and I've got a schedule that's about as long as that of games that we are covering. Yay!
Looking forward to it.
Oh, I can't wait.
I'm going to miss the Capital Classic though. That's always highlight of my basketball year.
You get used to it. You'll get used to missing it. We're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. We'll be back right after this. Stick around.
Does your home show signs of foundation problems? Call the experts at Woods Basement Systems. Our Power Brace system can fix the problem permanently and help protect the value of your home. Call Woods Basement Systems today. Woods, the all things basement-y experts.
Mold, rank air, pests, all getting closer to inside your home. With a dirt crawl space, there's no telling what's below you.
A sealed crawl space locks the nasty stuff out, plus can lower your utility bills. Woods, the all things basement-y experts.
Scheid Diesel Service Company is your anything diesel full service center and fuel injection shop. Scheid Diesel offers the quickest turnaround times to get you back on the road. Scheid Diesel can service any diesel engine from agricultural, construction, heavy-duty truck, and automotive. Let Scheid rebuild your pump, injectors, or turbos. Need custom fuel lines? Scheid has you covered. With a drive-in service, they offer a variety of services, including oil changes, engine rebuilds, DOT inspections, and DPF cleanings. For unmatched quality, think Scheid Diesel Service Company. Anything diesel. Hi, my name is Bruce Dickey of Wabash Catch TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Watch us each weekday right here on your local cable station. We're on at 9 a.m. with a repeat at 9 p.m. It's your local TV talk show with plenty of information, fun, and frivolity to get your day started right or maybe even ended right. Please contact me at 665-9970 or at bruced@wabash.net if you are a member of your organization would like to be a guest on the show. That's 665-9970. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Hey, thanks for watching.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LaMonsOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Get ahead of the game at Carter Athletic Academy, where the goal is to transform you into the best young athlete you can be. Train for top performance in football, volleyball, soccer, baseball, and softball. Professional private lessons and clinics are always available with Carter Athletic Academy's expert training staff. Carter's exclusive Hit Track system brings skill development as well as exciting gameplay to batting cages. Plus, the Academy is the perfect spot for your special event or celebration. The Carter Athletic Academy in Fairfield. Morning, folks. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Brian Turner. We have a new world champion. How about your Los Angeles Dodgers?
The upstart Dodgers.
Upstart, those plucky kids, I tell you.
Although I'm the one, I will always root for the teams that spend money. I am not a root for the Devil Rays because they got a. Actually, I had their number there.
That's the 4-1. I know.
105.5 million to 28.6. They're both owned by billionaires. Spend some money.
How old was that? Do you mean the starting lineup? Was that the starting lineup only? Because
that's payrolls.
Dodgers are over 200. Did you say
that was 2020? I swear I looked it up today. Maybe it was starters.
That must have been starters last night because because Dodgers are well over $200 million. Now that's also counting David Price.
Yeah.
And some of the guys who opted out. And also, that might be just for the short season.
Yeah, I think I Googled 2020 payrolls. So,
that probably was a short season if you extend that out. Well, yeah, but the biggest question of the night. Now, granted, Dodgers are good. They probably would have come back on relievers once they're eventually. But how in the world does Kevin Cash take out Blake Snell with what was it, 1 out in the 6th inning?
Because it's what he's done with him all year. In fact, he was a guy that everyone says he only threw 73 pitches. He was on a 50, 60 pitch count all year. This wasn't 2018 Snell, and I know he looked like it for a while, but I don't blame him one bit. I mean, shocker, I'm analytics guy here, but I don't blame him one bit. And I even looked it up on.
You're going to sit here and argue this?
Yes. 202 games in the last 3 years.
You are going all Skip Bayless on us. I tell you what, it's just nuts.
Hey, take that back.
Okay. All right, I take it back.
There have been 202 games where a pitcher has done what Blake Snell did last night. 5 innings, 9+ Ks, 1 walk, 2 hits or less.
200 and what are you talking about?
In the last 3 years.
Okay. In regular season. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the average 6th inning ERA of those teams, was right at 4 runs an inning or a game. The ERA jumped from .65 to 3.96 or something like that. Here's the fun part: you go listen to all the sports talk radio, and the crowd that says you can't take him out, you'll hear either he was dealing, he was pushing, he was cruising. All those other guys were also doing that, and on average, the correct answer is go to the bullpen.
Did you see
going to Anderson? Probably wasn't the smartest way to do it.
Did you see the glee?
Snell, I'm okay with.
Did you see the glee in the Dodgers' eyes?
Yeah.
Whenever they tell you, Mookie Betts was on deck, and they go out to get him with Mookie on deck. He turns around to Dave Roberts and he gives the big old Cheshire Cat smile. And bada bing, bada boom. Here it's 2-1 here in just a heartbeat.
This is an instance where it didn't work out. I'm saying. You run that scenario 1,000 times, and I'd say probably 600 times you're better off taking them out there.
I got to tell you, I disagree entirely. I just couldn't believe they took him out at that point.
And I say that as I'm moneyline the Dodgers right before that. I took the Dodgers live with Snell still in there.
Well, you maybe realized that Cash was going to make the
it was the inning before, but. No, because I knew that they went in saying that he was probably only going to go 4 innings. So then he goes into the 5th and
I went into the 6th.
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay. So I guess I'm on the side of 95% of the people in the world who are bright,
and I'm on the 5% that are right.
Well, you see, now that's the cool part. It's an argument that we'll never know the difference.
Yeah, because you're arguing what ifs.
How about the bearded one, Trey Turner? Justin Turner. Pardon me. Justin Turner. Trey Turner was Washington. Justin Turner coming back out on the field after he got pulled for COVID.
That was dumb. I mean, why? I get Mookie was like, we're not going to celebrate without him. Go do it in the locker room when you're not out there with everyone.
You know, the trickiest part about the whole thing is with Justin Turner having been infected with the COVID, who knows if they have a Game 7?
Yeah, that's the other thing. What if the Dodgers don't win that game?
What if Tampa Bay comes back to win?
I was listening to the radio today. I thought the best idea was if this had happened where Tampa Bay holds on, wins that game, they're going to have to delay Game 7 because of testing and figuring out who can play and all that. Best idea yet was election night, Game 7. Give us something to distract ourselves.
That would have been something. I would have liked that. I got the ratings probably wouldn't be very good.
But no, Turner, I mean, stay in the locker room, or if you come out, wear a mask. I mean, to be walking around hugging the World Series trophy and.
Well, I mean,
and I get the wanting to celebrate your part. I mean, he's kind of has been the guy that's been the heart and soul of the team.
He's been there for years.
Team. Yeah,
yeah. He's been.
He's not their best player by any means.
He's kind of been there. He's second longest term behind Kershaw, I suppose,
somewhere around there. Yeah,
and Kershaw and Kenley Jansen's been there forever and ever. That was the other decision last night that you can point to that might have helped win the World Series. They didn't put in Kenley Jansen. They left in Julio Urias, who. Before the ball game,
who's hard to root for, but
yes, he is. He has his own personal issues with other things.
Speaking of Bucks, Buccaneers,
yeah, but he was just he was out. The Roberts said before the game he wasn't going to pitch. He was out. Him, Kershaw, and Buehler were out, and at least Roberts was not so dogmatic that he was able to go against his thing. So,
Which makes you, because I was talking to someone before the game. Why would you announce that? At least leave that as an option. Turns out, announce that it didn't matter anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Good chance to repeat. What do you think about the Dodgers?
With that, I mean, yeah, they're stacked. I mean,
they are stacked. They've won three out. They've won 3 out of the last 4 National League pennants, and been in the World Series and played. They are certainly experienced.
Yeah. Dodgers versus the field. Obviously, you take the field, but yeah, they're the most likely.
So it was fun to watch. I enjoyed the World Series and glad that they got it in.
Yeah, glad we got this in, even if it was by the skin of their teeth.
I've got the music going. Give me a quick answer. What's the problem with Rob Manfred?
It's popular to hate commissioners now, but also he acts like he hates baseball, so that
no,
that
he
doesn't
couldn't
help.
talk after the game.
Oh, that was they said it was something with his PA, like there was an echo and all that. And,
oh, okay.
Yeah, he sounded drunk.
He sounded drunk. Maybe.
And that's a sound that we're familiar with.
We've heard that before. You're watching Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. He'll be back. We're going to talk college football right after this. Stick around. Having car trouble, need a tow, or just some routine maintenance? Butcher Automotive in Louisville has you covered. Locally owned and operated, Butcher Automotive offers complete vehicle repair services along with tire sales and wheel alignment. They're your local Hankook tire and interstate battery dealer. Butcher Automotive offers free local pickup and delivery so your car can be repaired while you're at work or at home. Butcher strives to treat everyone's vehicle as their own. At Butcher Automotive, they don't want you to give them your business, they want to earn it.
Residents of the Clay County and surrounding area have relied on Clay County State Bank for sound professional service for over 100 years. With convenient lobby and drive-up hours, we are ready to serve you Monday through Saturday. We appreciate all who bank with us, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with anyone who is looking for a community bank to help with their financial needs. Give us a call at 665-3314, visit us online, or stop by and see us on the square in Louisville to experience our friendly personal service.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire, but my agent was there before the flames were out. He said, together, we're going to rebuild. Our employees depended on it. My independent agent and auto owners made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance. North Wayne Insurance Agency in Flora is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Does your home show signs of foundation problems? Call the experts at Woods Basement Systems. Our Power Brace system can fix the problem permanently and help protect the value of your home. Call Woods Basement Systems today. Woods, the all things basement-y experts.
Mold, rank air, pests, all getting closer to inside your home. With a dirt crawl space, there's no telling what's below you.
A sealed crawl space locks the nasty stuff out, plus can lower your utility bills. Woods, the all things basement-y experts.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. We are talking all kinds of very pleasant sports.
You went almost NPR there.
My name is Bruce Dickey over there.
Time now for Jazz on Jazz.
Jazz on Jazz. With our guest Leslie Nope.
Yeah.
All right, college football last weekend. How did the Illini?
Oh.
The Big Ten showed up.
Illini got the last laugh, though.
Yeah, Illini got out of that game COVID-free.
Yeah.
They got killed by the quarterback with COVID.
Yeah.
And Wisconsin, God bless you. Hope you all stay healthy. Hope you all get through it fine.
Backup QB comes in, throws one incomplete pass, and is done for 3 weeks. Third string QB, also out. Starting QB hurt his foot in the offseason.
Head coach out.
So, yeah, that prompted me to wonder, would you rather be a Spinal Tap drummer or a Wisconsin QB?
Oh, no. Well,
like
the Spinal Tap drummers, they at least go quickly.
Yeah. Prolifically.
Yeah, that's right. All right. What was your impression of the weekend? Any big impressions? Ohio State as good as advertised?
Actually, no. I said that. There's holes. They're still one of the best teams in the nation. I think you can run on them a little bit this year, which you couldn't last year with Chase Young and that group.
Yeah.
Justin Fields is a stud. Running back is not as good as what Dobbins was, though.
They're going to have to depend on Justin Fields to run the ball, is what it looked like to me, that they haven't had to depend on their quarterback.
I mean, the running back they got is another 5-star kid, so, I mean, one game in, I'm not going to write him off or anything.
Well, that's true. Any other impressions over the Mizzou looking good against Kentucky? That was interesting. Let's talk about our gambling. We finally had a solid weekend after a couple of off weeks, didn't we?
Yeah, we went, was it 5-3? No, 4-4 in college, 5-3 in NFL.
4-4 in college.
One super dog.
And now, granted, the people who went 4-4, the two of us went 3-1, right?
Yes.
So take that.
And the two of us going 3-1, we both had one shared pick.
Yeah.
Our Indiana Hoosiers. Who actually, if you remember right, I gave out as a bonus super dog last week too.
Yeah, that's right.
Pulled it off in OT.
I'm
easy. Had it the whole way.
Had it all the way.
Clearly scored the go-ahead 2-point conversion.
What do we have
Never
them
in
at?
doubt.
What do we have them at? Minus
6.5.
Or
Plus
plus
6.5.
6.5.
Yeah.
So they were going to lose that's the wild thing.
Actually, I had 2 picks this week that I won by them, the team I picked, letting the other team score. That's tough to do in 1 week.
That's a tough win.
Indiana had to let Penn State score.
Did you have Detroit also?
And I had Detroit plus 2.5 against Atlanta.
Wow.
Do you see the Inside the NFL clip, jump into NFL, where they show the Falcons huddle, where they're saying, do not score, do not score, do not score before the play? And then he scores.
You know, that's the thing. Todd Gurley knows better.
Like the Penn State one, the guy just wasn't thinking. Gurley tried to not score.
But that's the thing. At least Detroit touched Gurley. I mean, they hit him a couple of times, and he just pushed through.
Yeah, he tried to break a tackle, and it turns out momentum.
Realized, oh gosh! Whereas the Penn State guy, the Indiana defense, woo!
Looks like Roger Dorn filling the grounder. I like the all 22 of that one, where you see all the Indiana Hoosiers celebrating.
Yeah,
and
he scored.
There's one lineman for Penn State with his hands up too.
There was a wild ending. We don't have enough time to go in through the entire ending of that Indiana game, but it was wild. This brings us to this week's bets. What do you got?
All right, we'll start with Jamie and Lucas since they're not here. Jamie's got Tulane Temple taking over on 60.
Tulane and Temple. Tulane playing. That's going to be at Philadelphia, right? So yeah.
I didn't look at home roads on those on their picks. So, and then the other one I kind of like UCF Houston. It's got the highest total of the week at 82.5, and he's got the over. The last time there was a line this high in a game, because this is the highest total for a couple of years now, it was like 85. And I can't remember who it was. I want to say
Texas Tech and
was it UCF or something like that, or
no? It was Texas Tech and Oklahoma State.
So you saw this one too, then?
Yeah,
115 point.
Yeah, it was just. I mean, it was 60 to 65 to 60 or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, the 82.5 is the highest we've had in a couple of years, and
that's the thing. Though usually, granted, the really high ones, the highest will get it because people think, oh, it's not going to get it, so they keep it down.
I've heard bookmakers talk about some of these lines they can't set high enough, or the extremes they can't go low enough or high enough. It seems like you should be betting overs on all the lower ones, and that's just not the case.
What's the story on Lucas?
Jamie's got La Tech plus 12.5 for his super dog.
Okay.
Yeah, Lucas has got Kentucky plus 15.5 against Georgia. He's been on BYU a lot this year, covering 28.5 points against Western Kentucky.
Western Kentucky's not very good.
Yeah, they're not. And then Kentucky's a super dog as well. So he's
After
doubling up
Kentucky got just manhandled by Missouri last week. I tell you
bounce
what,
back game.
I guess so.
I'm taking, and since if you're watching this on Friday, I already won this one last night. South Alabama, Georgia Southern, under 51.5.
Really?
That is me hoping, not hoping but
hurricane or something?
possibly having hurricane
It's
weather.
a weather issue. That's what I thought that was.
So that's one I actually bet on Monday. So, and then Colorado State, -1.5 at Fresno.
So you're going to be done by Thursday night.
That's the plan.
Oh, well, okay. Good for you. What's your dog?
South Alabama +6.5. You never know what happens in a hurricane.
No, that's true. I'm taking Wyoming. We talked about it a little bit ago, Friday night game. Hawaii coming to Wyoming, and Wyoming, the underdog with +1. I'm taking them. Basically a pick 'em. I'm taking Wake on the road at Syracuse. Syracuse played well against Clemson last
Taking
week.
Wake or Syracuse?
I'm taking Syracuse. Pardon
Okay.
me. I said Wake.
Yeah.
I'm taking Syracuse +11.
Their defense is good. Have you
Syracuse?
ever heard of Havoc ratings in college football? Basically, how disruptive a defense is. Syracuse ranks really well in that.
That's Syracuse. While not a good team, they have a solid defense, and I like Dino Babers anyway.
I like
Super
Eric
Dog
Dungy last year.
Super Dog. Ohio State starts out as a 9-point favorite against Penn State. Penn State gets made fun of for the Indiana loss. Like Penn State, they're playing at home on an evening game. It would be a whiteout game if they were letting people
If they
in.
were allowed, yeah.
If people were getting in. It's moved from 9 to 12 at Penn State. I've been to Penn State. It doesn't matter. You don't beat them by 12 at Penn State.
They match up well with Ohio State. Ohio State, like we saw last week, a running quarterback, a tight end, and being able. And actually, Penn State has a. They've got some 6 lineman sets too.
Yeah.
I think you beat Ohio State by running at them. Even if you don't beat them by running at them, you run at them anyway and cover 12 points. I like it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So fade away.
So fade it. We'll come right back and give you the NFL, wrap up the week. Thanks very much for watching. Stick around back after this.
Make Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield your fashion leader. We're the little boutique with the big inventory of beautiful, trendy outfits and clothing in a wide array of your favorite name brands. And don't forget our large selection of jewelry and accessories. Carnaby Square is Southern Illinois' largest dealer of Brighton. At Carnaby Square, we take pride in our one-on-one, knowledgeable customer service and look forward to helping you create your own special look. Plus, always free gift wrapping. Find endless gift ideas 24/7 at CarnabySquare.com and on our Facebook page. Shop the fashion leader in downtown Fairfield, Carnaby Square.
When it comes to your banking, you have as many options as colors in the crayon box. That's why you can bank your way at Teutopolis State Bank. What works best for you may be different from what works best for your neighbor. Teutopolis State Bank is built to serve all your banking needs, whether it's online banking, mobile check deposit, text banking, or just stopping in to see them at one of their 3 convenient locations. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender, it's Teutopolis State Bank. Banking made personal since 1913.
Napa know-how.
At Flora Auto Parts, you can count on the Napa know-how experts to have the solutions to keep you running on the road or in the field. More than just your car, your locally owned Napa store carries a large inventory of parts for farms, heavy trucks, and just about everything that moves. Experienced counter people understand your needs and are ready to help with the perfect part at a great value. That's Napa know-how at Flora Auto Parts.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont's always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LaMonsOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
In 1916, Warren Miller chose auto owner's insurance. Later, his son made the same choice, as did his grandson. And today, his great-granddaughter did the same. As we reflect on where we've been, we're grateful to our independent agents and to those who have put their trust in us, and to the generations who will. Auto Owners Insurance.
Harrison Insurance in Louisville is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Does your home show signs of foundation problems? Call the experts at Woods Basement Systems. Our Power Brace system can fix the problem permanently and help protect the value of your home. Call Woods Basement Systems today. Woods, the all things basementy experts.
Mold, rank air, pests, all getting closer to inside your home. With a dirt crawl space, there's no telling what's below you.
A sealed crawl space locks the nasty stuff out, plus can lower your utility bills. Woods, the all things basementy experts.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. It's Weeze over there. How much?
43-3.
Yeah, I thought it.
So we were playing our Spinal Tap game. Would you rather be a Spinal Tap drummer or an offensive coordinator in the state of Illinois? Northwestern excluded.
Yeah, Northwestern excluded. That's right. They may
the
have
Illini and the Bears are offensively challenged.
Let's leave the Illini out of this.
So let's go straight to the Bears.
Let's go straight to the Bears. How did the Bears do on a Sunday night? Bears did not do well on Sunday night.
Defense scored again, didn't they?
Yeah.
No, that was the Illini. The only score was
the D scored. I think the D scored for the Rams.
For the Bears too.
No, they got it for them. They got Foles ended up getting the touchdown. But Bears. Now they're 5-2, and the Rams are 5-2, and it looks like the Gulf of Suez between those two, the Gulf of Mexico between those two teams, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. In fact, I actually was looking earlier at DVOA. Worst 5-win teams are the Browns and the Bears.
Oh, really?
Best 3-win team, the Dolphins. Best 2-win team, the Chargers. Best 1-win team, the Vikings.
How many 1-win teams are there?
You would ask me something I don't have written down.
I don't have the thing. Yeah, sorry, didn't mean to ask you a tough question.
Actually, the Vikings at 1-5 are actually 4 spots ahead of the 5-2 Browns in DVOA rankings, which are a lot more predictive than your record.
They're actually they're quite predictive. What did we learn last weekend? What was the big game? What was the
most fun game until the end was the Seattle-Arizona game.
Well, you just didn't like the end because you're a Seattle fan,
right? And I also bet the Seahawks minus 3.5. Thought I had it won easy because Russ doesn't make mistakes.
2 minutes, 40 seconds to go. You did have it.
Yeah.
And then it all of a sudden turned.
Should have won in overtime.
Who's the top team in the league now? I don't know what the DVOA says. Do you say the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Yeah. Do you say the Pittsburgh Steelers?
They destroyed the Raiders.
Tampa Bay looked really good.
In fact, speaking of DVOA, they are currently in the top 10 for all-time teams through 7 weeks.
Are they really? Yeah. They're going to look back at that loss to Chicago and kick themselves in the tail over and over, aren't they? They are. What was their? They were 10 for their win-loss on the year. 10 wins.
Yeah, because I want to say it was opened at 8.5 and got bet all the way up to 10 or 10.5, depending on the book.
That's the
Tom Brady effect.
Tom Brady effect. I've said bad things about Tom Brady for the last 20 years, and I probably will continue to. But
not stopping now.
I'm not stopping now. But my heavens, that team has turned around with him. Well, of course, when you have what's he got? 15 touchdowns and 1 interception. Versus last year when he had Jameis Winston with 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions. It kind of makes a difference, I guess.
It turns out turning the ball over is not conducive to effective offensive football.
Not a good idea. What's the game to watch this weekend? What's the big game this weekend? I'll tell you what the big game is.
You know what it is.
Big game this weekend is what my big game is. It's Pittsburgh at Baltimore.
That's the big game. I mean, not just because you're the one you have it in your picks, but that's the one everyone's looking for.
Pittsburgh is they are 5-0 or 6-0 now. Pittsburgh 6-0.
Pittsburgh 6-0. Ravens are 5-1.
Ravens 5-1. Both teams have had their bye already, and Ravens coming off their bye. Pittsburgh was a couple of weeks ago due to the Tennessee's issues.
Just trying to look real quick. The other Saints Bears is a combined 9-win game, but how much do we believe in either one of them?
That's the other thing.
49ers Seahawks is a combined 9.
And if you're looking for something to watch in prime time, this ain't the weekend to do it.
There are 3 NFC East teams in prime time this week. How does that happen?
It's just a nightmare.
I get TV markets and couldn't see this coming, blah blah blah. But it's one of those where you might root for some COVID outbreaks so we can switch some stuff around.
All right.
You don't wish that on anyone except maybe a team as a whole, not any individual players.
Oh, don't say that.
I'm rooting for Hurricanes and COVID, apparently.
Yeah,
I'm that guy.
You are that guy. All right, what do we? Let's. What's Jamie and Lucas doing this weekend?
Let's start with Jamie again.
By the way, how'd we do? First?
5-3 in the NFL. We did well. Like I said,
take that.
And one of those was Seattle should have won that one.
Take that 5-3 each time.
The other one we lost, Cowboys Pick'em, was never close. R.I.P. Andy Dalton's brain cells.
Poor Andy.
And then the Bears +6 didn't happen.
Andy Dalton gets the tar beaten out of him and keeps coming back with the Bengals for years and years and years and years. He played under such duress for the Bengals. Second start as a Cowboy, and he can't last a quarter.
Would you rather be a Spinal Tap drummer or a Cowboys quarterback or lineman?
They're going with the quarterback from James Madison University now. So
DiNucci,
yeah,
Pennsylvania high school state champ.
Oh, is that right?
Yep.
How about that? That's a few years ago.
Yeah.
What do Jamie and Lucas have?
Jamie's got the Seahawks 49ers over 54. He's on the totals this fact. Yeah, he's got four overs this week. Seahawks 49ers over 54 and Ravens Steelers over 46.5.
Get them when you can get them. Overs usually fly in September and October, and then
overs started hot this year with everyone. The last 2 weeks they've not been hitting very much.
And it'll turn to unders.
There's the overreaction, and now we underreact to the overreaction, or whatever that means.
Yeah, well, let's keep that in mind.
2 + 2 = rainbows.
Keep that in
mind. Lucas over 52.5 on the Raiders and Browns. Neither one of those teams could play defense. I'm considering doing that one later as well.
Over 52 doesn't seem like enough.
And that is I think the second highest total of the week, but still, neither one of them can play defense. Seahawks -2.5 is his other pick.
What's your 2 picks?
I've got Bucks -10.5 against the Giants. Speaking of,
yeah, Giants are not a good team, and
that one's at New York, which worries me a little bit, but.
Well, it makes you. The Giants can occasionally score. They've got a little bit of talent. Daniel Jones is not that bad, but against that Buccaneers defense, he's going to be befuddled.
I'm just counting on the defense, basically. Yeah. And then Titans -5.5 against the Bengals. I've kind of been fading the Bengals here.
You are a Bengal. You're a defense guy too. Going to not lately, I guess this year. Titans have given up a lot of points a few times. Mine, I am going Green Bay at home against Minnesota. They are 6.5-point favorites, and I think that
kind of like that one because power ratings wise, I kind of like the Vikings. Other than they just traded away some players. Are they throwing in the towel?
They're throwing in the towel.
How are they mentally?
I think they are, and I am playing the big game. I've on my fantasy team. I've got I got Lamar Jackson as my quarterback on the fantasy team. I've got Marquise Brown, Hollywood Marquise Brown on my fantasy team. My fantasy team is 0-7. So I love Baltimore. I've watched him play. I love Lamar Jackson. I watch him play all the time. I think he's one of the best quarterbacks. Pittsburgh's for real this year.
Their defense is good, and you knew. I mean, they were an okay team last year with Duck Hodges at quarterback. So you knew they were due to.
Pittsburgh is tough. I think that they're
fading your fantasy team.
I'm fading my fantasy team.
It's actually something I've done in the playoffs before. Is if I get in the football playoffs, I will try to do a DFS lineup with my opponent's roster. Yeah. That way, if I lose in the playoffs, my DFS roster will probably look pretty good.
That makes sense. Pittsburgh's getting 3.5 points at Baltimore. I mean, granted, it's at Baltimore, but Pittsburgh's getting 3.5 points. Pittsburgh's too good for 3.5 points.
It's a good game.
Those are our picks. Do with them what you want, what you like. One last thing. Is Kansas City going to cover 21 against the Jets?
Yeah, it's down to 19.5 now. So.
Oh, is it under 20 now?
Jets money's flying in.
Go Jets money.
Had him in my parlay last week.
You won with them last week. Congratulations. I went a week early on the Jets, didn't I? How about, there's the other question. Is Dallas going to cover for the first time this year? No.
Actually, he's getting 7.5. That's possible.
I don't know.
Long live DiNucci.
Brian, thanks very much.
Always a pleasure.
We'll see you next week. Have a great weekend.